week, man, my boy is back. Ow!
Oh, it's a thing now. I wondered for how long it was going to take it, for them to bring him in, because AEW, let's admit, guys, they've been snatching up all the people that WWE have been sleeping on, and I love it. I love it. Now, a few of them, I hate that they got him in and like, oh, we're only going to do, a contract up until this point, man. Like Matt Cardona. I like the Zack Ryder run. Wasn't really crazy on the bro thing so much, but I gotta admit the woo grew on me really quick. But they sent him over. He went over to AEW and he was only there for a little bit, but man, he did so much better in AEW, and WWE they sleep on these people, and I hate it.
Yeah, they use people for recognition and namesakes, and they're like, we got them now, haha, y'all ain't got them.
And I kind of feel like Sting is one of the biggest examples they could possibly have, because you have a man that for how long? Well,
over 20 years plus.
Yeah, I mean, how long did he sit back and say, I have no interest in WWE?
That's right.
No interest in them whatsoever.
And the reason,
I know they're going to destroy my character.
Yep, and the main reason Booker T said it on podcast, the reason Sting didn't go there sooner was because of how they treated Booker T when he showed up. When The Rock was like, it doesn't matter what your name is. And Sting was like, well, they do that to him, they're going to do that to me.
Yeah.
They're just getting me to hurt WCW. And that's basically what they did.
That's really what it all came down to. And man,
it was just shoddy planning on their part.
Like, don't get me wrong, the delivery and his arrival was fantastic. It was everything I could have wanted, but AEW in one night did it all so much better. And not to mention, man, can we talk about the monopoly they're building against WWE? AEW and Impact Wrestling already working together.
It's incredible. I mean, I'm looking at the fact that after so long, it's like watching the old WCW.
Yeah, it's like an invasion kind of thing going on.
Right.
Except they're not invading WWE this time.
Now here's what I found really interesting was I was listening to an article earlier today that was talking about the plans they have going ahead with Kenny Omega. And if you remember how Bobby Lashley did in Impact a couple years ago, where he was basically just like, I'll take this belt, I'll take that one too, don't really care about it, I'll take that one, that belt. That whole run he was doing, that's what they're about to do with Omega, but he's about to go do it in AAA. He's going to do it in NWA. And it's all going to lead up to taking the World Heavyweight Championship in IWGP from his former golden lover, Kota Ibushi. Man,
yeah. I mean, they might as well. I mean, what else are they doing?
Do you think another invasion would happen soon?
I don't really think they'll do another invasion. I think it'll basically just be more that they're gonna build up and they're gonna become this huge thing that WWE just can't fight.
Well,
we dare you to misuse somebody and let them go.
Yep.
What do you think about Kenny Omega just coming to NXT just to sit out in the thing?
I think it would be hilarious.
I don't think they'll do that though because of legal things,
Well, I think he popped up in the Thunderdome on WWE, didn't he? And he even told everybody, like, I was just there, like.
Yeah, but can't nobody really. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing about that.
Yeah, it's just I kind of feel like any of these people, especially the well-known ones from the other organizations, when it comes to it, they're going to be like, yeah, we know who you are. You need to turn around, pal.
Right.
So.
But Impact was always known for if WWE threw one in the garbage, they scooped them up quick as they could.
The only problem they ever had was that they would usually snatch somebody up WWE didn't do anything with, and then they'd be like, okay, we're going to make a star out of you, but we need you to go on live television and just trash WWE.
Denounce them.
And then they do it, and then TNA wouldn't do what they promised with them and leave them like, man, I'm done with this, I'm going to go back to WWE. Hey guys!
And they ended up coming back with their head down.
I know I said a lot of things.
Please let me back in.
Man, do you guys know how much money they offered me? Yeah, I know.
We're not going to offer you that much either, by the way.
I know. I'm not even going to get a push. I know. I just want to work.
Right.
WWE kind of crippled people that way for a little while too.
Getting back to AEW, I read something about. I can't watch Impact because I don't have Access TV or whatever, but they were saying something about Lex Luger's name being brought up somehow.
Yes.
So I wonder what
Kenny
that's
Omega
all
said
about.
that he has actually got something big planned for AEW tonight. And he said the only hint that he would give anybody is Lex Luger. So a lot of people are speculating that he's about to pull this whole Lex Express kind of thing, and I'm about to be going all over the territories and taking this belt, taking this belt, taking this belt.
Well, I don't think he can do anything anymore though, because remember he had all those medical
Oh
problems.
no, not Lex Luger.
Oh,
I think it's
Kenny.
I think talking about Kenny Omega because they apparently this has been something that they've been planning for a while now. So
I wonder if Lex is going to be like a manager or a spokesperson.
I don't know. They do have a tendency of bringing these older guys back and like, look, man, we know you can't go anymore, but like
he hasn't done
maybe you
anything
can
in
guide
a
the
long
new generation.
time.
Yeah, he hadn't, especially.
He's been out of the game for a while.
Well, with all the controversy and everything that went on with him,
I mean, what do you think about Lex Luger supposed to be in the Hall of Fame? What's stopping him?
I think as far as wrestling accolade, there's nothing stopping him from being in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
I think it's a lot of the same thing with some of the other people that you don't see in the Hall of Fame. It's behind the scenes controversy. Somebody in the back has a problem with them, and that's fed to Vince McMahon, or Vince McMahon has a problem with them, so they're not going to put them in the Hall of Fame.
so do you think by when he was still a part of WWE at the time, and he jumped ship to Monday Nitro the next night after the pay-per-view, is that the reason why he's not in the Hall of Fame?
No, he didn't have that vocal pop like everybody else did back then, like the big time guys had. He was he was an awesome wrestler. He could do it. When he did it, but when he didn't do it, he really didn't do it.
It's one of the reasons that
He couldn't, balance that.
I feel like it's one of the reasons that that whole thing where like he and Sting were best buddies in WCW. I think that's why that worked as well as it did.
Oh, it was.
Like, Sting was the
crap out of Bischoff to get him
Sting
back.
was not only the skill, he was the vocal point too.
Yep.
So
because Bischoff said he never really liked Luger on a professional level or a personal
About
level.
the LWO, I mean, what happened with the LWO?
I really feel like the LWO is just the WCW. Maybe Bischoff didn't really feel like it was going anywhere. I felt like it had a really good thing going because let's be real, the Luchadors, like they were the foundation of the whole cruiserweight division.
Oh yeah.
But besides people like Dean Malenko and like Chris Jericho for a while because he was considered a cruiserweight. Besides people like them, the Luchadors were the ones that like you have to keep up with.
Workhorses.
You got to keep up with them if you want to be
Right.
in WCW's cruiserweight
Because
division.
they lit the fire on the Nitros, and then everybody up, the bigger stars and mid carders and upper carders. And all that.
Meanwhile, WWE was just like, you don't weigh 260 pounds.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump
Bones
you.
and muscles and
Oh, you're well renowned across the world. We don't care.
yeah.
Jobber.
You're too little, or you're too fat.
I'm glad that people finally got into the positions in WWE where they could do something about that.
Well, Vince ain't as hands on as he used to be. He done got old. He's kind of like, man, y'all figure something out, man.
And like I said before, I have to agree with the whole Sting should have beat Triple H.
Yeah,
He should have beat Triple H at
that was
WrestleMania.
Stupid. So
Hands
stupid.
down, boo this man. But when it comes to NXT, when it comes to what he's doing with NXT UK, NXT US, all the branching out that he's doing and expanding WWE and basically the NXT brand, fantastic. Please don't stop. We love what you're doing, Hunter. Please keep going.
He's the future of the company because Shane's not even going to run it. Triple H is.
Shane's just like to get
Shane
involved
McMahon
sometimes.
just wants to run a wrestling company. He just He just wants to run a wrestling company. Vince could give him some money and let him film it in his basement and just be like, sure, we'll put it on the network. Not even put it on the network. Just tell him you did it.
He kind of already did that underground thing he was doing there for a minute.
You know what, Shane? Once a week we'll let you dive off something.
Yeah.
You know.
So what happened with the underground? It just stopped.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just disappeared. From my understanding, WWE just wasn't feeling it. Which, okay, but what happens to these guys that you were trying to push from underground? Like, what happened to this monster Samoan dude that Shane McMahon was hiding behind the whole time? What happened? What happens to him? He was face to face with Braun Strowman. I was kind of hyped for that.
Yep.
So I don't know. But the big thing right now is, as we said before, Sting.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to be showing up tonight on AEW, I'm sure.
Shivani's interviewing him tonight.
Oh.
Man, it's going to feel so old school. It's going to be,
Man, it's gonna be
out
amazing.
of this world, man.
It's going to be so great. I don't know what he's going to talk about. I don't know what they've got planned for the man. I'm just glad to see him in a company that's hopefully going to do something with him.
I don't care what he does, as long as he's there. That's all that matters. You can come out in the rafters, do whatever you want to do. Just be there. Like, hey, watch out now. Stay standing over there, man. You better watch your P's and Q's. Cross your I's and dot your T's.
So this is the Stinger we're talking about.
That's right.
Have you seen that whacked out makeup he's putting on? Yeah, that just means you need to watch your back a little more.
And I'm hoping, since they're merging Impact and all that, maybe they'll let him do a little Joker Sting after a while, just for craps and giggles.
That would be
that
cool.
interesting.
I'm
Joker
missing
Sting was awesome, man.
I hate that they didn't carry that further. Like, I love the whole, like, Sting has gone crazy because of everything going on, so he's making Hogan's life hell.
Mm-hmm.
I love that whole angle.
It was awesome.
So,
What'd you think about this AEW game, man?
oh man,
Freaking Ukes is back in the game.
I've been waiting to sit down and talk to some folks about this. Everybody here has played Nintendo 64,
Yep.
No Mercy, right?
Yeah.
No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000.
Get 2K out of there. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They have lost touch with everything.
Give it back to
They're
you.
rushing stuff out and not finishing it. And
What gave me, like, first off, I love the fact that Kenny Omega walked in and was just like, I don't care what you do with me, I have to be involved with AEW's gaming department. They took a true-to-life gamer. I mean, his finishing move's called the One-Wing Angel, for crying out loud.
yeah.
So they took a true-to-life gamer and were just like, hey, we're going to let you be part of the gaming development. Cool, man, I'm ready to get on the game right now. And you know what everybody keeps asking for? Have you listened to them? Have you? It's Nintendo 64's No Mercy. Everybody loved it. They've been screaming for it for years, and WWE does what they always do and just like, how about we push Charlotte Flair some more? Maybe we'll give Roman Reigns some more screen time. No, dude, we want a Nintendo 64 style. Like, it doesn't have to be N64 style, but I miss the way that it played.
Yeah, the controls and stuff. Like, I want to be able to hit A or O, or what is it on the Xbox? The equivalent of A and O.
I can't remember. I'm a PlayStation player.
Yeah, I mean, I hate Microsoft, but yeah, I want to be able to grapple with A and hold it down and do a strong grapple. I want to hit like X or something and you know, Irish whip them into the ropes and hold the attack button and clothesline. That's what I want.
I remember.
That's what I want. Simplistic. It ain't got to be all these little things rolling around, and you got to match it up with the color. And I'm like, man, what is this, man? That crap makes me so mad.
Yeah, it's.
I can't play those new ones worth of crap.
It's one of the
Like,
reasons
what
I
is
gave up
this?
on the WWE games after like I think 2012. I just whatever, I'm okay because you always have to change something because last year's didn't work, and then when you change it, it sucks even more.
Yep.
Like I miss No Mercy because like this was a wrestling game that even on a system like N64 with the graphics that it had, the controller that it had, you know, me and my friends, all of my friends, even my friends who thought video games were stupid, started tinkering around with this game and were just like, this is fantastic, why have you not shown me this before?
Right.
And then all of us put together spent hours.
I'm talking about blisters on your
Yes.
hands, hours.
Absolutely, blisters on your hands, perfecting the game. Like, there were points we had to create people and do everything we could to make them the biggest, most badass powerhouses they could, because the people in the game weren't giving us a challenge anymore.
Right.
We had to create our own opponents.
You can do that, or you can just get. They didn't carry him over to the WWF ones, but Aki Man, you remember him?
Yes.
He was like really overpowered, and it's like, man, you couldn't beat him. Him and that boxer guy on the what was it, WCW versus NWO World Tour?
Yep.
That Joe, whatever his name was. I can't remember what his name was. But he had like a knockout punch. He just hold the button in, and pow, and that was it. It was over with. Like, man, yeah, they better do. Y'all got one more shot. Do this right. If you don't do this right, wrestling games are gonna suck forever. And
I won't say forever, because I at least feel like AEW listens to the fans, and that, which is a great thing. And like Kenny said, they've been listening. They know everybody wants a game like No Mercy, which is fantastic. And people are already talking about like, oh, well, look at the graphics, look how the characters look, they're all bulky.
like so.
He said it from the beginning, like, this is all early test footage. This is something that we put together so you guys can see what we're working on.
Yep.
And that's, I will not judge it until I play the final product, but please get me that final product. I want the final product so bad.
It could suck and still be better than 2K's stuff. So
Well, the beauty
I'm
of
gonna
it
be fine
is
with that.
they're working on this in a generation of gaming where, okay, well, they brought the game out and this is a little glitchy, so it needs to be fixed. Cool. Well, the next day there's a patch out. It'll
Right.
like
Yeah.
your
You
system
couldn't do
will
that
download.
back in the day.
Yeah. No, if the game sucked, it just sucked
just sucked,
forever.
and
Children everywhere,
You're out,
vomit
you're
violently.
out $60-$70.
Yeah. No.
Those
Nobody
64
understood that.
cartridges were expensive, man.
Parents didn't understand back then, like, why are you going to spend all your birthday money on one game? Because this is the game I've been waiting on.
Because I'm not
You
going
see
to be
all-
written no more games for a while.
You see
That's
all-
going to save you money in the long run.
You see all these hundreds of games on the shelf? I don't want them. I want that one.
Yep.
That one right there. Why? Because if the rest of these suck, I don't know. That one right there, I know it's good.
Yeah, it's going to be
Well,
fantastic.
as a child, you basically already knew what you wanted when you went to the store. But mom was like, well, get this one, it's cheaper. I want that
No,
one.
that's why it's cheaper, because it sucks.
Speaking of which, I can't help but notice you with your show. You do a lot of video games, a lot of retro
That's
stuff.
what it's about, man.
Is it like you're obviously a huge Nintendo fan? I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have been as long as I've
Old
known.
school. Not necessarily just Nintendo, but just old school in general, from like when the PS2 era was starting back that way. That's classic to me.
Understandable.
And some of the PS2 generation, you know, like God of War and stuff. I love that stuff. So I
We're
was
gonna-
like,
We're gonna have to get
Kratos.
together and maybe collab on some games. There was plenty of fun
Oh, yeah.
multiplayer retro
oh yeah,
games.
we're I'm glad our feud's over, so I can get a little more input, because it's lonely at the top.
It
in my
is.
in my
isn't it?
room.
Yeah.
I need some input from, some live people instead of words on the screen.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of What the Hardest Part of the Ring. And with that being said, it's not business. It's what Bullet Club
That's
is.
right. And also remember to like and subscribe to our channels. We got Angry Chef Gaming. We got Wilson Fist here. We got Fifth Dimension Films. And we're going to bring you new content as soon as we can get it out. And go check out all our stuff. Like and subscribe and share and all that stuff.
And don't forget, if there's anything here on Hardest Part of the Ring, Angry Chef Gaming, Fifth Dimension, here on Wilson Fist, anything that you guys want to ask, any topics you want us to cover here on Hardest Part of the Ring, games you want to see us play, anything like that, drop them down in the comments. We will be looking at and responding to absolutely everyone. Doesn't matter which channel you check this out on. We'll be responding to the comments on every single one of them, because that's what the Bullet Club does.
You got to give us
Sure,
time
well.
to answer though. We might not get back to you as soon as we need to.
We are still the working, the
Yeah.
working class.
We have jobs too. You know. But anyway, y'all play it safe. Stay away from the COVID.
And thank you for joining us here on the hardest part of the ring.